Hi you guys, welcome to today's video. So I've been meaning to record this video for a minute. It's my first pregnancy. I haven't decided how often I wanted to record these. Ideally, I would like to do that every single week because I know things change from week to week, but then again, I don't know how frequently things change. But for this one, I'm going to be doing weeks 1 through 7, just because it took me so long to get this one video out. And that's just because I haven't felt like recording. Like I literally do not feel like recording this one. But I know that if I keep putting off, I'm never gonna like really feel enough up to it. At least that's how I feel right now anyways. I'm currently 7 weeks and 3-4 days. One of them. I went to the doctor yesterday. And I think it's 7 weeks and 4 days or 3. I don't know. One of those. Weeks 1 and 2, obviously nothing because I wasn't pregnant then. Week 3 and 4, I found out week 4. So I found out as early as possible, which is literally, it was the day before, it was the day my period was due. And so that's when I found out. For those first 4 weeks, there was no change. Everything was just normal. And then week 5 is when I noticed that I was more tired than normal. I actually went out of town for a weekend and I was so tired. Like, I don't know if it's because I was driving, but I just felt like I was just like over it and like ready to go home. Like, it just wasn't a good trip for me. And I was just super tired and like super sleepy. I went to a wedding that weekend and I was just so sleepy and just like, I was not feeling it. I could tell like I was not myself. I didn't have a huge appetite. That's probably the first week that I noticed my appetite was not as big as it was before that. Like, I just didn't have a taste for anything. I also remember my nipples were really sore. My nipples don't normally get sore even around my period. So that was different because my nipples were actually sore to like even touch or like brush up against it or anything. I think week 6 is when I recorded a video and I was like super out of breath. Like, even just talking, like talking right now, I feel myself like just, I have to breathe more deeply, and that's something that I think started around week 5 as well. I noticed that like I would be more out of breath just talking, and then it continued to progress to where I'm like sitting on a couch and like I'm still like I have to take these deep breaths in order to like breathe. So week 6, this is probably when the most of my symptoms and stuff kicked in. So week 6, I noticed that I was like really bloated, and I was thinking like, why am I so big? Like, I'm not even that far along. Like, is this like how, like, am I getting big early, or like what's going on? But like, I was just really bloated, and I was thinking, I was Googling it. Like, I was Googling like 6 weeks pregnant belly to see what other people's are like. And I know that bellies change from woman to woman, but I just like to Google stuff to see what's out there anyways, even though, you know, it can be totally opposite for you. And so like, I was looking at pictures, and some people had big bellies, some people didn't. They were like super flat. And so I was figuring, okay, well, maybe I have twins or something. Because one of the things I saw was like, if you start showing early, then it could be a sign of multiple. And like, my husband has been talking about twins, and I'm like, look, like, no. Like, I was really concerned that it could be twins. And so that was because of the bloating. Also, I started to feel like just this unsettling queasiness like in my stomach. It was like in my stomach, like chest area, like all day long. Like, it was just so annoying, so obnoxious, like, and it wouldn't go away. The only thing that would help it to go away is when I was eating something, and then that's when it would go away. But shortly after that, like once I stopped eating, it would come back. So it was just like an all day, just unsettling, I don't know, like, if you ever have like really bad gas, it was kind of like that. But it was just like, it was the worst thing ever. Also, I started to have the food aversions. So there's this chicken spinach lasagna that I love, my husband loves. It's delicious. I made some like that Friday and I only ate one piece of it, and after that, like, I just didn't have a taste for it, even though that's like one of my favorite meals. Like, I just didn't have a taste for certain things. I didn't really have a taste for anything, but they were just like, the thought of certain food, of eating certain foods was like, I can't eat that. Like, the thought of that just makes me want to like vomit, or I don't know, it just makes me want to gag. You see, I gotta take breaths just sitting here talking. Okay, so there were certain foods that I could eat or that I leaned or gravitated to, and these were like cold items. Like, I wanted something that was cold or crunchy, and so really my meals consisted of like chips and salsa. That's something that I would eat anyways. It's not something that I ate frequently, but it's something that I like. So chips and salsa because the chips are crunchy and the salsa is cold, or like a BLT because the bread and the bacon is crunchy and then the tomato is cold. What else was I eating? Ice cream, but only like the soft serve type ice cream. I didn't want any of like the stuff that you have to scoop out, but like, you know, Chick-fil-A type ice cream. There's one day I was able to eat like a taco salad, but each day it's like I craved something different, so it was hard for me to cook. I don't think I cooked anything like that week, and normally I like to cook something that will last a few days, but because my appetite was changing so frequently, like, I couldn't eat the things that I would normally prepare to last for more than one day. And so it was kind of like a guessing game, like wake up one day, okay, what do I feel like eating today? What can I stomach today? And I'm trying to think what else I ate during that week. I was able to eat like mashed potatoes, and so like carbs were the only thing, like mashed potatoes or pasta, and those are two carbs. Those are like the only foods that weren't cold or crunchy that I could eat. But I ate my mashed potatoes with cucumbers and tomatoes, which are cold and crunchy. Also, I don't think I was as tired as week 5. I feel like week 5 the fatigue was just extreme, like extreme, but I feel like week 6 I had more energy, but because I felt nauseous and just sick and queasy, I just didn't want to do anything but lay down, and I felt like really just like, I don't know, I just felt like a useless person because I didn't have the energy to do anything. It was hard for me because like I like to work out, like I work out regularly, and to not even like feel up for it, it was sad, honestly. Like, it was just really challenging to just feel like, I don't know, like it's not something that I've experienced before, that I just felt like I just wasn't myself, or I felt like I couldn't really function how I had been functioning, or how I would like to function, or how like my normal. And so it was difficult to just have to deal with that, like to just have to, I don't know, like, what am I trying to say? It was just hard to have that as my new normal for the time being, and not be able to like just enjoy life. Like, you don't feel like, or at least for me, I didn't feel like going anywhere because I just felt nauseous. I didn't feel like working out because I just felt like nauseous and I was tired. I didn't really feel like talking a whole lot because I feel like the more that I talk, at least during that week, and I think carried over as well to this week, the more I talk, the more, I don't know, it like takes a lot of energy from me. And I cried because I was just like, I just don't feel good. Week 6, that was probably the hardest one so far. Just like having to adjust to something that was different and not knowing like if it would go away, if it would get better. Week 6, that was at the end of week, the last day of week 6. It was a Saturday. Okay, so I ran out of space, so if the angle is kind of off, that's why. The end of week 6, the last day of it, that was the first time that I almost like vomited, that I felt, you know how you can feel like when your throw up is coming, like how your mouth just has that feeling in it and the saliva come, like I felt like I was about to throw up, but it went away. It took maybe like 30 minutes for it to like go subside, and I realized, okay, maybe I'm not gonna throw up, which I was grateful for, because I feel like if I were to start throwing up, like that's the beginning of it. And funny thing is, I went to the doctor this past week, and the doctor was just telling me, like, you know, you're pregnant, like you can eat whatever you want. Pregnant lady's best friend is probably not deli meat. And I had just ate a deli sandwich before I felt like I was gonna vomit, and I thought that was interesting that that's exactly what I ate, that she said does not agree with pregnant women. And so now I know not to eat deli sandwiches. So week 7, that was our first ultrasound. So we saw the heartbeat, and so for the first 2 days of week 7, I felt the most normal that I felt since week 5. I didn't feel like that queasy feeling in my stomach all day for those first 2 days. And so I thought, oh, maybe I beat this. I'm good, like we're good, we're on an uprise. And I was able to work out one day. When I started my workout initially, I was like, I kind of had to force myself to go, because I hadn't been in over a week and a half probably, or maybe 2 weeks, I don't know, but I hadn't been regularly. And so it was kind of like, okay, let me just get there and see how I feel, see what I can do. And so I was able to work out, and I felt really good. The nausea like subsided throughout my workout. Like after maybe like the first 15 minutes, I just felt normal and I felt good, and I just like, this is good. Like I'm dancing around when I got home, like I just felt good. So that's something that I definitely want to continue to try, like to work out even when I don't initially feel like it, because based on that first experience, like after I got up and got there and got moving, it made me feel better. We're coming to like the last few days of week 7. It's Thursday now. Week 7 will end on Saturday. So as of right now, I still have those food aversions. Smells irritate me, like the smell of like fried foods. Oh, I forgot I can eat French fries too, because they're crunchy. So yeah, I'm still on like this crunchy and cold thing. Today I'm feeling pretty much the same. The queasiness has went away. I've been drinking Sprite. Sprite has helped me because I feel like it makes me burp, and I don't know, maybe I just get like a lot more gas or something, but I feel like it helps for a minute and then perhaps it'll come back. But yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna show you my bump. I don't really have a bump now, because like I've been eating and drinking, and so I think I'm gonna come back in the morning when there's nothing in my stomach, so it can be like an accurate representation, because I feel like throughout the day when you're eating and drinking and stuff, you know, it looks like you have food in there versus, you know, you can see the belly. So I'll come back in the morning and show you a belly shot, so that we can track that as well. So yeah, like I said, I don't know how often these are gonna be, but I'm gonna try my best to do them frequently, and as things change, then obviously I'll do them more frequently. If there's nothing changing, then I may lump those together. Thank you guys for watching today's video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.